What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more post-commentary action. Today, we are going to be taking on the man, the myth, the legend. I am Magic. He's back. He's been playing quite a bit. He's 100% in form, and he has been taking games off the best players in the Age of Mythology community, showing maybe we're not as good as we think we are. I see a couple of times over in the old forums and on Discord, the old expert greater than new expert debates, and I go, yeah, well, really? Are we that good? I don't know. And Magic is back, and he's doing his thing. But we got the pleasure of playing a game against him. I played one or two games against him. I can't. Maybe one or two, maybe one. I don't know. But got the pleasure of playing some games versus him. This game was really, really fun, so I wanted to share it with you guys and do a post commentary. We get Ghost Lake against Zeus. I'm obviously going to be playing me favorite gods at the moment set. I do enjoy playing some other gods, like I really enjoy playing Zeus, and I really enjoy playing like Odin and Thor and Loki, and also love going into some Isis and Ra from time to time, playing some Uranos here and there. But you know, when I really want to win, you know, I'm gonna go in with the set. So I want to give Magic my best go here. So playing this one. Problem here with this map is we've got to do a little bit of improvisation, so to speak, with the build order, because we have one Auroch and we have no other extra food. So the question I have to ask myself is, do I move out onto secondary hunt here and build a granary over there? Do I try and utilize the priest here to convert the caribou? The problem with using the priest to convert the caribou is if Magic, as he's playing Zeus, decides to go for the priest and bolt it, then, well, I 100% have to move out onto the secondary hunt here. So in all honesty, the safe play is to just not convert the hunt and move out onto it. And after I find those polar bears, I decide, you know what, I'm going to stop being silly here, and I'm not going to try and be greedy on this opening. I'm just going to go out onto the second hunt, take a little bit of a hit on the second monument. That's going to be delayed, but I should be able to get a 4-minute 30, 4-minute 45 advance time. Now, most Greek players won't be able to do this, and I will put Magic in that box of players who probably don't know how to execute a proper 4:30 advance time with one Auroch. Reason being is most of them he's doing something very annoying here, and I have to kind of kill off all my caribou. Not the biggest of deals, but anyways, when you start with one Auroch as Greek, the way to get yourself a nice 4:30 advance time is basically you have to only put a handful of villagers on that first Auroch, and then move every one of your next villagers out onto the secondary hunt, and that allows you to get that advance time. But a lot of Zeus players are putting like maybe 4, maybe 5 villagers on the Auroch. You only really can afford to put 3 on there, and then you want to be pulling them back over onto wood and onto gold and things like that. But same too here for set. Like, I probably could have got a 4:30 advance time here, but because I went for the early monument, I'm not going to get that 4:30, and I have to go for a 4:45. It's not the biggest of deals, but it's not the best either. I really, really rate super clean build orders. Reason being is everything with set is a timing. So if I'm pushed back 15 seconds, that means not only is my timing pushed back, but also like everything is pushed back in terms of like the villages that come out, my monuments that come out, and all of that stuff. It's makes things quite difficult to hit a timing here. So instead of going for a shifting sands timing, I decided, you know what, I'm going to make up for my lack of timing, my lack of advance time here, by going for a shifting sands play onto a forward town center. I see those back caribou there, and I'm like, you know what, this town center is really, really nice. It's got a forward gold mine on it. It's got the caribou on it. It's got a wood line on it that's really nice. So I'm just going to take the shifting sands here. He's not going to be able to stop me getting this town center up. I don't even think he's advanced yet. I can see if he's advanced. But anyways, if he's not going to be able to stop that with that many villagers. So it's a guaranteed town center for me. Happy days. And then I can start eating all this hunt. For those of you, there you go. He's a very, very late advance time, 5 minutes and 12 seconds. So as you can see, he's struggled with that early game for no good reason. He could have advanced really quickly. He could have had a perfectly reasonable time here. I'm also leaving those caribou there. Reason being is I don't want to have to deal with Jason, Odysseus harassing me at that stage. So I'm just going to be eating the hunt underneath my town center. And then later on, when I get that Migdol up, I'm going to be able to eat those caribou instead of pumping out giraffe, saving up some favor so that when I want to throw out those giraffe later, that's going to be a completely reasonable way to go. Now, one thing that I would really, really like to add into my set build orders, but I'm actually trying to convert those. That's not, I really don't need to convert the caribou there. The plan should be eat those later. But anyways, one thing I want to add into my set build order is a third monument at some point. And I feel like that third monument really should be coming out at like now, honestly. Like I don't, especially when I go for these more boomy openings with the shifting sands on the town center. I've got no timing that I'm going after, so slowing down my advance time by somewhere in the vicinity of, I don't know, 30 seconds, maybe 15 to 30 seconds. I'm not exactly sure exactly what it would be, but that's basically what the advance time would be slowed down by. But the value of having that third monument out is incredibly big. Nonetheless, not going to go for that. I'm going to be going for a more standard play here, or standard in terms of what I call standard for set, not necessarily standard for anyone else. And one big thing to realize here is Magic's gone 2 town centers. He's gone for the town center on the same side as me, but the thing that I maybe miscalculated in a way, but there's not really much I could do about it without going for a completely different strategy, is his second town center has got a back gold mine on it. What does this mean for beating the Zeus? Well, it basically means I don't have a possibility to gold starve on this map. Why? Best case scenario is I can push him off the third gold mine. And this means he's going to be able to have a trade route set up. I'm not going to be able to get a gold staff here. So the only way for me to win is to basically get a town center kill, which is going to be tough because he's got ceasefire, or basically hit the late game really, really early, like fully upgraded late game really, really early here, and try and find a push there a little bit later. So we'll see how we're going to go here, but we got a decent heroic gauge here. 8 minutes and 10 seconds is roughly on time there. I can also grab this Fort gold mine, save the gold in my main base, and cause some things here. There's also double gold mine in his main base here, so this map is absolutely putrid for any sort of gold starves. He's got, what, a total of 12,000 gold before he even has to start worrying about the map, which is absolutely perfect for Zeus here. And this is definitely one of those maps that said is going life is tough here, but we're going to still try and make it work here. As we get our Migdol up, we're going to start getting our chariot archers up. Should have put up 100% should have put up a barracks here. I get my market down on that side there as well, and I'm ready to start going with my chariot archers. Now, I did see him having only Hippocon here, and I made this conscious decision, I don't know, a couple of months ago, that if I see no Toxotes, I've got to get myself out a barracks. The problem is, I didn't do that. So I'm only I'm only chariots here, and he uses his bolt there, so happy days. I'm only chariots here, which means that he's going to be able to cause a lot of problems for me in this game. Now, I've shown my chariots here as well. I'm going to try and kill off some of those goats and be a little bit annoying here, but I really shouldn't be just showing where my chariots are based on his home base here, because he's got the Hippocon out. He's going to be able to track me, and I really don't have any business being on this part of the map here. I should be setting up to take out his bottom town center there. Instead, I'm going after villagers, and I'm going to be sacrificing Chariot Archer HP, or even worse, a full Chariot Archer, which I really don't need to be doing here. I'm actually in a really good spot here to be putting pressure onto that top town center and going for a heroic, mythic age timing of sorts here as well. But nonetheless, we do manage to snipe his hero, which is nice. We're going to be getting a little bit of damage onto his units here. I did get myself the copper mail upgrade. I don't think he's got copper shields here at the moment, so my chariot archers actually trade quite well because I have the numbers, and he does have to run away. He does manage to snipe my Wadget there, which is a little bit annoying, but I will be able to get a little bit more damage done onto him. So I should feel really good here. This is the moment where I need to be like, I need spearmen out. I need to stop making chariot archers. I need to go full into food and into gold and pump out my giraffes, get my third, fourth monument here, go full into hunting giraffes and go spearmen. And I would be able to hit a really, really brutal timing here. But I don't make that, how do you say, I don't recognize that this is a thing here at the moment. And I'm just looking for raids and trying to hit villagers at the moment instead of anything else, as I push him off the golds here. But Magic is really good at this. He reacts super well, and I'm not going to be able to get the villager picks that I really want against, that I would be getting against like a lesser player, a weaker player. I get those villager picks quite a bit, but I do still hit my mythic age. Very, very good timing here, but my chariot archers are caught out of position now. That was a really, really dumb movement into the back of his base. He catches me out. I'm going to hopefully pull out of here, but no, he's in, and I'm going to take a lot of damage here while going through Horus. It might even be worth just dropping Ancestors at the moment to force a ceasefire. Not 100% sure, but we get ourselves our barracks. We're going to be transitioning into these spearmen here, and trying to get everything out. We got a decent amount of villagers. Need to get my third town center up. One way around getting the third town center up is to actually throw a marker down in the corner of the map and start a really early trade route. People don't really do this, and it does, especially for Egyptian, it saves you that gold, so you still hit your timing of the mythic age, and you can still get the town center up later, and you get your villagers out. Obviously didn't do it in this game, but we'll be able to get our town center up, and it should be fairly fine. I assume he's in front on villagers here because I didn't get any raids off, but I will be able to hit this timing on that bottom town center. I want to hit that bottom town center with the idea that that's where the gold is. And if I can push him off that position, I will be in a really, really good spot. I got 44 favor for Animals of Set. I should have got Feral already, so I might have 35 favor. I don't 100% remember. Trying to snipe villagers there. Unfortunately, I don't get any of them. Magic with a bit of a late reaction there, but yeah, we need to be casting Ancestors or something at this point. We take this fight underneath town center fire. This is average at best, and I decide to retreat here really, really late. Lots and lots of dead stuff here. Andy's got the ceasefire to help him here, and I can't really beat his army. Whole bunch of deaths here on my chariot archers actually hurts me more than you'd think, because the Animals of Set pop out in my home temple there. That's all the rhinos, all the hippos. So what, 2 rhinos, 3 hippos or something, which is quite a bit of lost resource, a lost population in this fight. And he's got a ton of villagers on that town center, so he's just going to be able to get it back up. So it's not terrible that I've done this. I've obviously won this fight to some degree because I've got all of this stuff here. I'm still making these rhinos out. I've got a lot of resources unspent in the bank here as well, but he's just simply going to be able to get this town center up without even having to use ceasefire. So this is really bad. I don't even have a set up a siege workshop over there. So, I mean, in terms of the best timing in the world that I've hit, this is not it. I have forced him to spend some resources, which is good, but he's already in the heroic age. Oftentimes, I find my wins against Zeus when I can pick off a lot of his units in the classical age, and he doesn't get to the heroic age, doesn't get those upgrades and things like that. The one thing that's going really well for me here is I am getting my upgrades in. So if he does end up going Hephaestus or something like that, I will be able to be okay here. I need to be thinking about hunting in my main base as well as getting some more monuments up. I'm not 100% sure I even got that, so I think I forgot that one. There's a lot of things that go into this style of set, which if you forget, life can get really, really tough for you. And we do manage to set up on this town center. I do have that Migdol forward there, which is really, really good. And I will start being able to eat my hippos in my main base. So I've got some really, really good food income coming. He is going for Hippocon Toxotes, which is absolutely standard. The answer here is Chariot Archer Spearman. You can't really go for Elephant, but I mean, maybe I could make some. Maybe I could go for elephant slingers here as an idea, just to fill up the population. The problem with going for elephants at this point is, simply put, I don't have enough Migdols to make them. I don't have the favor to make elephants at the moment because I need to have like 3 or 4 Migdols out, and I need the favor to make these hippos set. So I mean, I could go into full wood for just a little bit to get the Migdols out and then go into elephants, but at this stage elephants aren't really an option, as much as I'd love to be making them. I've also only got 15 villages on food. Now, at some point here, maybe I can go for a transition into something else, like farms and things. The hardest part about playing this style of set is getting your Horus upgrades in. And generally speaking, the only way to get those in is to start the trade route up, start the farm transition, and then get your upgrades. So I'm not going to be able to have myself those spearmen, which are really, really strong. Now, at this stage, I've got this beautifully set up a forward base here. It might be worth to just drop an Ancestors here to hold this position and get him to ceasefire. Why? Because then I'd be able to reinforce this position with some better walls. He does break down my walls. He does kill my catapult. He is still fighting underneath Migdol fire, and in classic me fashion, I don't have my rally points set up because I'm bad at the game, and that's how things go. And at this point, I drop my Ancestors. He's going to click ceasefire here, and I'm going to be able to get myself a whole bunch of upgrades. I 100% should have clicked Ancestors before then, and I am now noticing that there is a problem with my plan, which is I don't have that bottom gold mine secured. So he can go over there and grab that at any point here. Whether he has or not, I don't know at this point, but I'm going to send my villagers over there. I've finished both of my gold mines in my main base. I've finished a 3rd gold mine next to my town center. Logic tells me he's probably on that gold mine, if I take a big think about what I've managed to do. And he is, as we can see. So bit of a big mistake there from me. Now I have to leave my forward base there, head on over to the bottom side of the map, and I'm not going to be fighting underneath any fire here. I have to get my walls up and defend my position here. I'm still spamming out hippos to eat. He's pushed off of that gold mine now, as he does do nicely. He likes to leave those spots. I'm going to be able to take a fight here because I noticed him leaving the gold mine. I don't need to push over there. I am looking for the villager kills, and I 100% need more Migdols right now. And arguably here, maybe just maybe instead of going for the heavy champion spearments here, I could have gone for heavy elephants and maybe stopped hippo spam, made myself a Migdol, and gone into elephants at this point. But Like it's just so hard to make that decision. We can see Magic's even been sneaky here and not even finished off that gold mine into that position there. And with me leaving my top position now, I mean, I pushed him off gold, but he's going to be killing my Migdol at the top side of the map there. You can see that I've got the favor to drop another Migdol here, and I definitely should be doing so very, very quickly. And there's his Lightning Storm, as he's going to pick up a whole bunch of my units. So him going through Hera here is like, I'm kind of happy seeing Hera playing as Set. Though, I mean, it depends on the situation, obviously. In this situation, Magic gets a whole bunch of kills here, but it does mean, hey, he's not going to have the ability to get free, not free, but really, really cheap, fully upgraded units, which my army is then never going to be able to kill. At this stage, I think I'm full bronze, so I'm going to be able to go up to full... I'm going to be able to go up to full, what do you call it, full iron very, very quickly here. He's going to be probably stuck with a difficult amount of upgrades. So my army is going to be pretty good here, fighting him at this stage. And I think the actual plan right now for me should be set up a trade route and take this game in, not necessarily into the late game, but take this game into a position where I am going to be having the economic advantage as I throw up a standard mattress market there, a little bit panicking. I've got line of sight of the corner of the map there. I just, for some reason, didn't put it down. But yeah, I've got options here to go into the late game and probably be okay. The problems are he's going to have Myrmidon. He's going to have a lot of stuff which is going to be difficult to deal with. Now I've also lost the Migdol as well. So this elephant idea that I just don't think that I was able to ever afford the Migdols to get elephants out in this game. That being said, I mean, I got 3 monuments. Maybe I could throw up a 4th monument. Maybe that would be enough to get me that. As you can see, he's now struggling for gold. He's on this gold mine over here. So happy days. I'm going to be taking these fights very, very happily. Possibly even starting to make some mercenary here. And again, in classic me fashion, not setting my my rally points into the fight. I have the hotkey set up. I just have to hit 1 and right click, but struggle time. As I'm making these catapults, and in all honesty, against Zeus, just don't make catapults. It's just not worth it. I should probably be making actually siege towers at this point. The mercenary cavalry do a good job here of tanking the Toxotes. They've got a ridiculously high amount of HP and pierce armor, so they tank the spearmen really nicely. But in all honesty, it probably would have been a better idea for me to just set up towers and build siege towers instead. Put the siege towers in front of the Toxotes and go from here. Would have been a really, really nice way to play, and I'll definitely be thinking about doing that in the future. As you can see, I mean, that being said, my spearmen have got 41% pierce armor at the moment. I'm not 100% sure what upgrades he's got here, but I think he's like either on full copper or has none at the moment. So my army is trading really, really nicely here, and I think he's struggling for gold. So I'm more than happy to take these fights. I'm sitting at full population. He's pulling back. He is making some Myrmidons here, so things are, I mean, Myrmidons are really strong, but you can still take them out relatively easily here. Having these, the hardest part about this is just keeping my villagers working while doing this strategy. The easiest way to do it is just to be consistently checking idle military, and every single time you have idle military, click the hippos, delete the Deuterinos there. I have started this trade route, so it's looking good for me. He's very far in front of the score. I'm not exactly sure if he's in front on the score because he's got an economic lead, he's got a military kill lead, or what. But I don't feel like he is as in front as the score suggests at this point. I just don't. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he's got a lot of favor coming through or something like that. as he does send some Hippocon down to the bottom of the map, checking things out down there. But I've got some barracks there to help out. And again, he's struggling for gold, so he's coming for this. And he's making Manticore, which, while they're very, very strong, what you should do against the Manticore is just target them down with the Chariot Archers. They die really, really quickly to Chariot Archers. It's basically getting 2 hit or 3 hit from the Chariot Archers, which is effectively, that's totally fine. We can make those sorts of trades. And we're going to be able to push off this gold mine yet again, and he loses a whole bunch of units. I'm still at full population. His army is dead, so happy days for me. And yeah, I am really, really feeling like he is 100% not upgraded with this army. So I'm winning these fights really nicely. But I am also spamming mercenary, and I don't have that much economy. I've also started this trade route, and one thing to note with trade routes is, and Egyptian, is if you're spamming out animals of set, you can't empower your trade route. Now, there is a way around this in that you can just build a granary next to your market, and you can send your villagers over to the corner. This does a few things. It allows you to have villagers on your market to defend against any side things coming through. But it also puts your villagers into a very, very precarious place for getting raided, and your opponent is obviously going to be wanting to raid your trade route. So I would need to wall that up, and I need to get the stuff up, and I haven't really put the walls down on that trade route just yet, which is possible. I've got a really, really nice forest down the bottom there, going from my main base down to the right side of the map, so it's possible to put a wall there, but I'm not that good. So when nothing is going on, I can see it, but I would be very interested to see what Magic's actual population is looking like. I see he's got a trade route done. I see that, but I go, what can I realistically do at this stage to push in onto that trade route? I've basically got full upgrades here. I get my iron weapons there, beautiful. So I'm in a really, really good spot, technologically speaking here. So long as I take good fights, I should be completely fine. I'm even going to make some slingers here just to help out with the Toxote situation. I don't really want to make slingers, but I'm struggling for food at the moment, and I don't know. I don't know what the slinger idea is here, but I'm struggling for food at the moment, so... And my spearmen are just getting kind of smoked. It would have been better to just make siege towers. Just make siege towers. Yeah, again, the second time I've said it, but it's something that post-game is a little bit easier to see, but in the moment you go, what's the answer to this? Elephants would be great. I don't have the migdols to make them with this strategy. I don't think that I would ever be in this position against, in this situation against Zeus to have migdols and be able to be making these elephants and have them be valuable. I just don't think it would be possible. I don't think my economy would be good enough as set. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe playing a little bit more standard here would have been a way to go. But yeah, I mean, at this point, totally fine. I'm still good. I'm actually catching up in score. He's obviously struggling with stuff. I keep sending these hippopotamus forward, which is not ideal. But we are going to get them onto the front line there to help out in the fight. They are only one population. They're very, very strong for one population. And we see him going for a bit of an underworld there to get up onto the top gold mine. As I'm like looking everywhere around the map, but I can't see where he's gone. And that also makes me even more happy seeing an underworld used in that fashion. Obviously, Magic wants the gold mine, but I'm holding that position completely fine here. There's no way for him to really win, but it does buy him some time because I have to kill that off, and I don't have any siege out. Again, siege towers, siege towers, siege towers, siege towers. I was trying to push it down on the bottom side of the map. The problem with going for going for the wall catapult tower thing against Zeus is that he's just got Bellerophon, so it's not really that useful, but it will get Bellerophon out of the position there. As we are pushing in, we're going to be able to kill off this underworld passage. So we're still in a decent spot. Lots and lots of wood in the bank here. I'm going to try and get my farms down at the moment, but I even start the farms a little bit before Shadoof is finished. But honestly, I think this is the point where the mistake is made. I don't need to do this. I'm doing completely fine with making hippos and deleting hippos and not making farms. Making these farms slows down my food income, does give me favor to utilize. So what I could do is move forward and start pumping in rhinoceros to help me in the fights. But the rhinoceros at this stage, with magic starting to get armory upgrades, they stop being so good. So I mean, hippos are good because they cost only one population, but they stop being as useful. And I'm just not sure. I'm not sure about this decision here. And while this is all going on, Magic is also going to start going for some side attacks, which is going to be screwing me up even more as I keep trying to build these walls over to this tree here that Magic's already chopped down, which obviously not going to be doing all too much. Magic does some sneakiness here, trying to get some side builds in, but I'm not going to be allowing that for the time being. And I'm still winning these fights over there. I'm just not making anything happen here. And again, imagine if I didn't build all these farms, I'd have a little bit more gold. I'd be able to potentially build some towers on the front. I am making these mercenary cavalry to help me push. Maybe if I wasn't making mercenary cavalry here, I wouldn't be able to be pushing and I'd be getting pushed back. All these questions I'm not really sure what the answer is to. Building some towers oftentimes seems like the best play, but unfortunately I won't know about that because I didn't go for it. I got all the gold now in the bank. Could be spamming towers at the moment. Still not doing it. I should be building villages here because I'm losing villages quite a bit. He does send the Heliopolis down to the side there. The spearmen are going to be able to deal with that nicely. Another big, really good answer to Heliopolis is siege towers. Siege towers are actually quite strong where that's concerned. As I'm pushing him back, but he is defending here really, really nicely. We're both the same population on 3 town centers, but he is making his population work a lot better than I am. And losing these villages at the moment with only 5 villages on food, this is not the time to be losing villages at all. As I'm trying to get these farms up nice and quick, but life is tough. As I'm going to be able to go over there and clean up that Bellerophon. The town centre is going to be able to get taken down as well. With the wall here, killing off the Bellerophon will allow him to rebuild his Bellerophon up onto the top side of the map there. But I've got a wall thing set up on both sides. So there's only one Bellerophon, so we might be okay here to take out a town centre. His Bellerophon is still causing problems for me. It's very, very challenging. And he had villages on the other side, which is really, really painful. It is what it is. And now the Myrmidon come in a little bit too early there before I'm fully set up. And he can deal with that. Magic is a very, very quick player. And I'm slowly feeling this game slip away from my grasp as I see his trade route onto that town center. I kind of know that he's got a trade route in that back corner. There is a pathway through to attack his trade route, but I mean, actually getting there and getting value, taking out his trade route. I mean, I don't even know if it's possible for me to go there. And my economy is absolutely shot. What do I have right now? Like 40 villages out of a total of 50. I do have a whole bunch of trade caravans, so it's not as bad as it looks. And I've got 46 favors, so I can pump out some rhinos here if I really need the population. But yeah, I need to get villages back out, and with only 11 villages on the food here at the moment, it's a little bit tough. As I am going now into Slinger Chariot Archer, which is an interesting late game composition to say the very least. But it might work out as I send a villager forward to try and get that wall in, and some Chariot Archers in there as well, sneaking through. Magic does exactly the same here, attacking my own trade route, which is frustrating, but it is what it is. Dealing with those Myrmidons, a little bit challenging for Egyptian, but not impossible, especially with the army upgrades. He's probably caught up on army upgrades at the moment, is my guess. I didn't check it at all because you just don't know. And I mean, life is very, very tough here at this point for me. But one thing that I just didn't do, which is probably the reason why this game is still going, is I just didn't get towers up. And there's not really an excuse to not have towers as Egyptian. It's one of the big strong things about Egyptian is that Egyptian's buildings are better and cheaper than the other civilizations, and I just kind of didn't go for it. Instead, trying to utilize the mercenary to win fights, which, while it does help win the fights, it also you're going to lose the units nonetheless there. As I go, well, let me eat some of these rhinos here at this point. Take the villagers off of wood because reasons, I don't know. We need villagers back out, I think is the thought process here. Is like keep going for these catapult raids. If it doesn't succeed once, maybe it'll succeed later. Is the thought process, I guess. But yeah, not the best. Not the best decision at the moment. Definitely. The more I say it, the more I see it, the more I say it, the more I think it's the right option. Siege towers. He's making like mostly Toxotes. And Myrmidons. Myrmidons, I'm going to be able to snipe down with the chariot archers. If the Myrmidon is attacking a siege tower, it's not getting bonus damage versus the siege tower, and I'm going to be able to get it taken out. Myrmidons get bonus damage versus the mercenary, the spearmen, the slingers, the chariot archers. I think the only unit it doesn't get bonus damage against is axemen, and I really don't want to build axemen against all the Toxotes. They just die so quickly. I think they've definitely got less pierce armor than the spearman does. But you know, we're probably in a point now where we could make elephants. But if I make elephants, then he's got Myrmidon now. So I go, not really the way to go. And at this point, it's time to actually... There's actually a physical limitation to my ability to play Age of Mythology at the moment. Seemingly starts to happen about 30 minutes into a game when my wrist starts tiring out, and I'm just like, well, I just can't. I start slowing down, and I just can't keep going at the pace that I would like to be able to go at. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. I have seen the doctor about it, and there's a couple of things I can do to help out. It's all recovered back up at the moment, so hopefully we can take good care of it. But Magic is not taking his foot off the pedal at the moment, and I am losing my corner, and Magic is motoring ahead. I'm still sitting in full population, but you know, even against Hera, Set's army is just it's just a little bit lackluster. And I mean, a plan here is to give up the bottom corner of the map, go to that top market there, maybe even put the market up in the very top corner, which I do go for, and then attempt to take down that town center on the top of the map. But I need to be a little. I mean, there's problems here. If I give up the bottom corner, he puts the market down to the bottom corner. If I push in and take the top town center, even killing that 140 population with a market, like a full strength market, I don't even know if I win that 160 to 140, because I was definitely not going to be able to get the town center up easily. So even if I killed the town center, life is not clear. So I'm just like, I don't know what the right answer is at the moment. What the correct decision? Probably just all in that town center is a little bit more value there. But you can see that my army is ouch, and I say, you know what? It's hurting too much. I'm giving you the bottom of the map. I'm not got the top of the map. I've got nothing going anymore. And that's the game. We tried. We almost got him. I feel like if I played this game slightly better, I actually find the win, especially if I build towers and I build siege towers. Kill loss here is actually rather close, in all honesty, considering the stuff here. Even says he thought he was toast in this one, which is... It was a close game. We almost got the dub. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed playing against players of Magic's caliber. Brings the best out in me. But yeah, he got me on this one. Hopefully we can get another game in before he heads back over to Age of Empires. Anyways, if you're on the Twitch, hit that follow button. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next game.